We got another episode of Fall Ball Fellas coming at you right now. We finally have the gang after a few episodes with one of us missing. We're finally back together. NFL was pretty crazy this weekend. I'll say myself, the witching hour, the last hour of Red Zone at the 1 p.m. games, there were about 3 or 4 games that were within one score and could have gone any singular way. And we had some exciting finishes in that 1 o'clock slate. So, boys, what do we want to get into first?
Well, how about the Burrow injury?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of the biggest things that happened this week.
It's massive news. Yeah, massive news.
I mean,
what do we think? What is it? How does it affect the Bengals, who are 2-0, by the way?
Which is crazy. Which is they're the ugliest 2-0 that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Agreed.
They fully should have lost both games that they played.
Yeah, I think that
they are 2-0. They do have 2 wins and they have no losses. So
I probably didn't think that they were going to make the playoffs with Joe Burrow. Without Joe Burrow, there's no chance because that offensive line is hot dog water. It is awful, and they have no time to throw the ball.
It's better than their defense.
Their defense is bad.
Which is not saying much. That's like saying it's a high school team that's better than a D3 team. Like we're talking minuscule here.
You guys are probably going to yell at me for this hot take, but I actually do believe, even after what I saw Sunday, which was not a glowing endorsement, that the Steelers end the season with a better record than the Bengals and the Browns. May not make the playoffs, but they'll finish second in the division.
Yeah, so I'm looking at their schedule right now. The Steelers will finish with a better record than the Bengals.
Okay.
I want to read you guys the next few games. Now, the Vikings, I'm not too worried about them specifically, but followed up with the Broncos, good pass rush. Lions, good pass rush. Packers, defenses looked phenomenal. Steelers, pass rush has been okay. And then they have a little bit of a lull with the Jets, Bears, Steelers, Patriots. And then the last few games, because Burrow will be out for 3 months, and it was confirmed to be a turf toe, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's having surgery.
They then play the Ravens, Bills, and Ravens in 3 successive weeks, which will mark the end of his 3-month absence. They are going through a gauntlet. They have one of the hardest schedules in the NFL. They end with some easier teams. But unless in this 12-game stretch they go something like, I'll give them 6-6 to 5-7, I don't think they're in the playoff hunt.
No, I mean, I think that maybe within the last 4 weeks they have a chance at wild card, but I think there's slim to none chance that they make playoffs. I just don't. I mean, you have the weapons on offense with Chase, Higgins, and Chase Brown, but they don't have an offensive line to support them. They can't let T. Higgins or Jamar Chase get deep. Nobody's blocking for Chase Brown, and their defense can't stop anything. So I don't know how they make the playoffs, let alone finish with a 50% record.
I've hoped that they will win a few games, obviously, and not completely burn out because they did just come back against Jaguars, who aren't a phenomenal team, but Browning did look, as Phil likes to say with a lot of people, serviceable. The 3 picks were inexcusable, to be fair. But did you guys see Mitchell Tinsley catch that one-handed touchdown pass in the corner of the end zone? Penn State guy for one singular year.
Nasty.
And then the same game, Parker Washington had a real big game for Jacksonville as well. But yeah, enough of the Bengals. We have a couple of big injuries. I feel like that Packers-Commanders game was just an injury fest in general. I mean, Packers dominated that game from start to finish. Their defense looks, I would honestly say, right hand up to the Lord. The Packers have the best defense in the NFL at this very moment in time. Their offense is still clicking, has to click a little bit. It's going to be a little bit harder losing Jayden Reed. I saw for about 6 to 8 weeks with that broken clavicle.
Yep.
So their pass catchers definitely need to take a step up. But Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft looked phenomenal. Also in that game, we had a season-ending and probably career-ending injury for Austin Ekeler. Absolutely atrocious way to go out for the season. Non-contact is always awful, especially in a game where you're down by 2 scores and you're just running a route. And then Jayden Daniels is now day-to-day. They don't know if he's going to play. And next week, it sounds like his status is questionable. Not going to be a long-term injury, but that does severely dampened my expectations for that team without Jayden Daniels.
Thank you for narrating the entire thing.
You're welcome.
Let's
comment on that. That was an overview. We can now comment on the game.
Listen, I think that the
God.
Jayden Reed injury, I think that opens up things for Golden. We haven't seen much of him in the first 2 weeks. Maybe we'll start to see a little bit more of him. Fantasy wise, I mean, this really opens it up for Romeo Doubs, however you say his last name. I am very bad at pronouncing things.
Doubs.
Doubs.
Dukes.
D-O-U-B-S.
D-O-U-B-S. Name said
Okay.
that when I wrote
I've never
D-O-U-B.
Doubs makes more sense than Doubs.
Okay, Doubs does make more sense, but like D-O-U-B-S shouldn't be Dobbs. Like I
no,
just
it's okay. I agree with you there, but Doubs is probably the last way you should say it.
Yeah, but Tucker Kraft gonna finish top 5 tight ends this year, and maybe even higher, top 3. I mean, he's looking outstanding. Jordan Love is loving connecting with him. But I think it's really sad to see Ekeler go out because I think he was going to be somewhat relevant again this year, and it just sucks to see him go out that way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the sense that the Ekeler injury obviously is awful. The Packers, I do agree, have probably the best defense in the league, by the way. What?
Krasky. I don't know why we just did that.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I was just trying to get a tiny whisper of Bill in there.
All right. Continue, Phil.
Well, okay,
Sorry to cut
Phil,
you off
Phil
there.
Continue.
I don't even remember what I was saying, to be honest. Sometimes stupidity takes over, and that is what just occurred, folks, gentlemen, everybody.
Well, what about? I mean, one of the injuries that we're missing is Daniels as well.
What about?
I said Daniels.
What about Jayden Daniels?
Did you say Daniels? I missed you.
Yeah, he
Daniels.
got hurt. Yeah. Matthew Golden, I think, is going to step up with Jayden Reed gone. I think he has to. He's going to get more targets just by his absence, basically. I do think that Packers team is the most complete team in the NFC, as much as Hunter doesn't want to hear it. They have the best defense right now, anyways, right now. Not talking about for the season, right now. And I do believe in Jordan Love's potential. And he's had moments of brilliance. I think he has, once again, Hunter is going to want to close his ears. He has a higher ceiling than Jalen Hurts as a passer. Okay? Hear me out. More arm talent. And he's got the ability to scramble. Maybe not as well as Lamar or Jalen, but he's got the ability to scramble. So I think the Packers have a really, really high ceiling this year. The issue is we don't know what their floor is, depending on injuries and if Jordan Love's inconsistent and those kind of things.
Yeah, I fully agree with you there. Now, we're talking about Matthew Golden. I believe he only had 1 catch in this game.
He did.
And he was 2 decent Jordan Love throws away from having 2 touchdowns.
Agreed. It was very close.
Jordan Love had him butt naked, wide open, streaking down the field for a touchdown. And then he had one, he kind of tried to fit it in between a few guys. But if his throw was even slightly leading Matthew Golden, it was an easy catch. Instead, it gets deflected. We were talking about Golden emerging in this offense, and that Jayden Reed injury definitely will propel him into that. We had one more big injury. We talked about Purdy last week. What was the one? Is there an injury I'm forgetting? I swear I'm forgetting one.
I mean,
the Buccaneers had like a defensive tackle, one of their star defensive tackles go out.
Definitely was not thinking. What was it? No way. Was it Big Boy? Was it Vita Vea?
I
better not have been Vita Vea
to save my life.
Okay, it probably wasn't Vita Vea then. Okay. No, I think I was thinking of Josh Allen had to leave the game briefly because he pretty much broke his nose in the middle of a play and then just asked to come out. And Trubisky followed with an absolute dime, but that Bills game was definitely like we shouldn't talk about that. It was kind of a throwaway game. They dominated.
So, question for you fellas in the sense of news and notes. After 2 weeks, who are you most impressed with? And Hunter, you cannot say the Eagles.
I don't think he would say the Eagles. Packers. 1,000,000% the Packers. I did not think their defense
have to be my answer. I would also say most impressed would be Packers. Most surprised would probably be the Colts. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I'm very surprised by Daniel
Jones'
But I will say, emergence.
Second most surprised is how good the Falcons have looked in both games, they should be 2-0. Just saying, should be 2-0. They're 1-1.
No, Young
Don't
Wei
think
Koo
the
missed a
Falcons.
game-tying field goal, to be fair. That
Yeah.
game should have been an OT, and they gave up a touchdown last minute.
Yeah.
Their defense has greatly improved. That Bucks game last year with them was like 44-41.
And
Their defense
Robinson
looks
has
good. Their
taken a
pass rush, too.
step. Robinson has taken
Yeah.
a step. He's looked very, very good in
Yeah.
the backfield.
Also, wait,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
remember the
he's-
injury I wanted to talk about. McCarthy's hurt, so Wentz is going to be starting for at least 2 weeks for the Vikings.
I actually
That's
think
what I was
this
thinking
makes
about.
the Vikings
Wency.
better right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
As much as people don't want to
100%.
hear that, right now this makes them better. And
How
it's
early did McCarthy go out?
It was late in the
Last
game.
game.
it was late. It was
Was it
late.
late?
It might have been like late third quarter, early fourth.
I think it was
kind of
early
situation.
fourth quarter. Yeah.
Was it early fourth? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of like about 8 minutes of greatness against the who were they playing in that first matchup? The Vikings, Bears.
Outside, Bears, yeah.
outside of like
Monday
8
night.
minutes, McCarthy has looked pedestrian and like he shouldn't belong in the NFL after that horrendous pick six on the late out route throw. And to be fair, his offensive line gave him no time to throw either. And that's going to be alarming for the Vikings, is that their O-line is not blocking whatsoever. That could be more of a testament to the Falcons' pass rush, but he was getting pressured every time he dropped back. So
I will say for you fantasy feeds out there, Justin Jefferson's production will probably get an uptick with Carson Wentz at quarterback.
I absolutely
agree with
agree.
that. I would agree with that
Anytime
as
a backup QB comes in, the number one wide receiver gets more targets. Usually tight ends
yes,
step up a little bit.
Hawkinson
'cause it
has
dumps.
sucked. Hawkinson
Yeah.
has sucked.
So I would definitely see an uptick in Hawk. And then also for other fantasy news for the Vikings, the other injury we're missing, Aaron Jones, is also out. So Jordan Mason is going to ball out.
Gotta have him in 2 leagues.
Yeah. So I think Aaron Jones is out for a little bit. I think he's out for like 3 to 4 weeks. So Jordan Mason's going to be huge. I think he's better than Aaron Jones anyway. And I knew he was going to come up and emerge on this offense no matter what. But the injury to Aaron Jones is just going to speed up that process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys want to get into three more games that and we can kind of pick and choose which one we actually want to dive into? We had 3 games that ended phenomenally. We had the Bucks and Texans and Monday night. We had the Cowboys versus the Giants, which that game was absolutely insane. And then the other one was the Patriots and the Dolphins. Which one do you guys want to get into?
I think we should start with a great Monday night game, the Bucks and the Texans. I think that's something very clear that we kind of talked about a little bit in the beginning. I mean, the Texans have a pretty solid defense. Their offensive line is almost as bad as the Bengals. They are, and it's not even just how good of players they are. I'm also throwing this on their coordinator. I mean, their schemes are just awful. They're getting overloaded every single play. It's just awful. I don't know what they're doing that's one of the big reasons why they didn't get the 2-point conversion. If you rewatch the play, the defense is lining up 7 against their 6.
Mm-hmm.
A guy's getting through. I mean, you don't have a good offensive line, so you should never be outnumbered. And I think that the Texans offensive line needs some uptake, but B, the schemes just are awful.
Can we admit that Stroud has regressed greatly since yes, the offensive line plays a part. Even when he was getting clean protection, he was still off on his throws by several yards. There was one late in that game where he had a pocket and just threw the ball super late, 5 yards away from his target. Like, yes, the offensive line sucks, but can we at least notice that Stroud is regressing a bit? Yes, he had his sophomore slump last season, but he still doesn't look like he's recovered from it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're taking this past the sophomore slump into just bad. I wouldn't go that far yet. I think he's definitely regressed a lot, especially since his freshman year. But, I don't think I wouldn't put him as bad yet. I definitely see him as regressions.
Did I say he's bad?
I might have put that word in your mouth.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, I agree. I definitely agree he's regressed a lot. I think the O-line is a huge part of it. I think that Stroud is just the kind of guy that needs a little bit more time to let Nico get open. So maybe it's more of a testament to Nico than it is to Stroud. But, yeah, he's definitely regressed a lot.
Phil, how are we feeling about CJ?
I think it's a little bit overblown. CJ Stroud didn't wake up one morning and all of a sudden become bad at football. That's not really how that works. I will say a lot of quarterbacks in this league who we consider top tier would look bad with his offensive line. So that's just my point. You could say he's regressed, and he might be in the sense that he knows that he's going to have no time more snaps than not, so he gets the ball off way too early when the route hasn't developed. But yeah, it like I said, it's tough to play quarterback when your offensive line is just that bad. I mean, it really is. So it's actually, I'm actually sad the Texans didn't invest, because you know what this guy can do. We've seen what he can do.
Yeah, they did zero investment in the offseason to holster
they invested in their O-line, but they traded garbage for more garbage is the problem.
Well, and that's my point.
They
negative
didn't invested.
Yeah, they didn't upgrade. You know,
they thought they were. They thought they were, unfortunately.
So that's just my 2 cents.
I want to talk about that Cowboys Giants game next. Russell, after being talked about being benched by the Giants staff over the week, or I guess over the course of the beginning of the week, he showed out 450 yards
in a loss.
Yeah, looked like vintage Russ. I mean, they lost that game because of that boneheaded pick he threw. He just got so trigger happy there at the end, and he just chucked one up to no one. There was no wide receiver within 15 yards in overtime when he just threw that ball up for grabs, and it was like a 1st and 15, 1st and 20. So,
was Russ looking good, or were the Cowboys defense looking bad? Because I think it was
can we say both?
A little bit of both. I think it was a little bit of both there. Like, I don't think that Russ, people are like, oh, Russ is back in his prime. No, he's not. No, he's not. I mean, he's got a top 5 wide receiver on his team that he can throw the ball to. Russ can throw the ball deep, and that's what Neighbors loves. Just send him long. But I think the Cowboys defense also looked horrible.
Atrocious.
I mean, week 1, we're like, oh, Cowboys defense looks okay. Like, without Parsons, they looked bad this week.
So can we officially say that the Cowboys did not actually improve like they think they did with that trade? Because I don't think they improved. Right now, they are not better.
I don't think any of us thought they did. I think their rush defense improved, but I don't think their pass defense is
Jerry Jones went out and said they improved as a team, and I think we can all say that did not occur with this trade.
Jerry Jones,
I mean, maybe in the long haul with their picks. Maybe in the long haul with their picks, they might improve.
But that's still a maybe, right? Because there's first round bust. So it's
100%. I mean, yeah, it's a big maybe right now. But I mean, that's what he's playing for.
Jerry Jones will say anything to make it look like he's smart.
The rush defense, because now they're going to give up 450 yards passing to Russell Wilson, who's been terrible the last 3 years. So you gave up. I mean, people are going to score on them. They better score 40 a game. That's my 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The good news to take out of that is their run game actually looks pretty decent this year. I thought it was going to take, not that it was even good last season. Javonte Williams has looked better in this offense than he did.
That's my fantasy darling.
And now both running backs on the Broncos offense don't look that good either. Dobbins looks okay, but like that RJ Harvey draft pick it looks like he's just going to be overshadowed for most of the season.
He's still a rookie, so let's give RJ Harvey a little bit of time to get his.
I didn't say he's bad. I said they're giving a lot of favoritism to JK in this offense, where
he probably knows the offense.
As opposed to the Chargers, and I know what Amarian was a 2nd round draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
Or was he first? Yeah,
Amarian Hampton, which he didn't do anything really.
He struggled mightily. The Chargers' run game does not look good, but their passing offense and maybe we'll get into Quentin Johnson later, but another touchdown this week. He's looking like honestly a better fantasy option than Ladd McConkey at this point in time. But I'm not saying that's going to last all season.
Listen, I think Quentin is gonna. I think he's gonna get you 10 to 12 points a week. I don't think he's gonna get those 17, 20 point games every week. It's gonna depend on a touchdown for him, one of those long deep balls. I would never go as far as saying Quentin Johnson is better than Ladd McConkey for fantasy. Yeah, there's no way. I would pick Ladd over Quinn Johnson every time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna end
Actually,
it. I don't
you know
have
what,
anything
guys?
further than
I
that.
want to change my most impressive team to the
Chargers.
Chargers. Because I knew they were going to be good, but they have really dominated. I'm going to say dominated. Both wins. And I know they only won 20-9, but did it ever feel like the Chargers were going to lose that game? Because I didn't feel like that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So,
the first game was a little, I'm not even going to say shaky. It was a little bit back and forth-ish with the Chiefs, but it's also the Chiefs. And if you can hold a lead over the reigning AFC champions for the majority of the game, then yeah, that's pretty darn impressive.
yeah,
I think
so
that the Chargers have a good chance of
real.
winning their division.
I think they're definitely real.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
They're a contender. So
1000%.
I think our Chiefs under for all of us looks phenomenal to start the season.
Yeah,
it
there
does.
You go.
And our one team I want to talk about wasn't really that great of a game. It was just a show out from a team, the Lions.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, we are all
back.
talking about how they sucked without Ben Johnson, how the Lions are 8-18 or whatever the record is without Ben Johnson or Sean McVay, and I mean, holy crap! 5 touchdowns with 2 rushing 5 passing with 2 rushing, I think it was on the day, something like that.
They looked like they were trying to prove everyone wrong with that win,
and that's
that was
exactly
a
Dan
win.
Campbell. That's Dan Campbell for you right
that was
there.
A
but did we
he's,
expect
he's
anything
gonna
differently?
step on your throat. No,
I mean, I thought
all.
that was going to be a closer game. To be fair, I expect him to step on the neck of everyone, but I didn't think after what we saw against the Packers, I thought that was going to be a little bit more of a competitive game, not as bad as it was.
Well, also
you can't say you expected a 31-point win, right?
No, actually, I kind of expected a blowout because Dan Campbell does not lose back-to-back games. It hasn't happened in 1,062 days. So
what a stat!
Yeah, I actually saw that on Twitter. So there you go.
What a stat!
My point is Dan Campbell. What was it, Hunter?
I was gonna say, is that from when they won their first game of like the 2021 season or 2022 season? Is that
Something
when it started?
Yeah, I think so. And it has been. My thing is Dan Campbell knows how to get that team up after a loss. And I mean, I kind of saw the buzzsaw coming. I'm not going to lie to you. I knew the Lions were going to come out and play exactly the way they played. I mean, this is what they do. If they lose a game that they get embarrassed, they come out and embarrass the next team under Dan Campbell. That is their history.
Okay, so
I mean,
I
love Dan Campbell as
when
a coach,
they lose a game.
Yeah, take their spread when they lose.
Yeah, exactly. No, 100%. 100%. I would love to actually know their record on the spread, the game after a loss. Against the spread.
Dan Campbell, for sure.
Yeah.
So, Hunter, for content purposes, Phil had said 1,062 days. Where did we get 4 years from? That's over 1,300 days.
Twitter. I corrected to 2022.
3.
I said 2021 or 2022, so that's 3 years. So that's 2022.
You said 21. I said for content purposes, we got to challenge your math a little bit here. All right. It was
I said 2021 or 2022.
Did he say, Phil, fact check? Did he say 2022 as well?
Yes.
I want you to go back and watch the recording.
He said yes.
Okay. Almost 100%.
I mean, I'm the one that hears all the playbacks of the recordings, and there's been several times where you've called something out that just was never said.
It was one time, and I remember it. You told
it happens every episode. All right, every episode.
It happened once, and I remember it.
It did.
But there's
one time,
two things I wanted to touch on that aren't. We don't have to go through the games. Just a little fantasy talk. Kenny Walker's back. Kenny Walker is him. He's him, the dog. He's rolling.
Can I disagree with you fully here?
No.
I'm disagreeing with you fully. It is not Kenneth Walker. It is called the Steelers' rush defense is the worst in the NFL.
But he still looked good.
Kenny Walker's the dog.
Yeah. Kenneth Walker.
We saw him against a decent rush defense versus the worst in the NFL.
But Zach Charbonnet looked terrible, and you said he was better than Kenneth Walker.
Wait! If the Steelers' rush defense is awful, how does Zach Charbonnet? Listen, Zach Charbonnet, 15 carries for 10 yards.
Okay.
10 yards.
Wait, so what about the week before? So are we willing to say it when Charbonnet outplayed him fully the week before? We willing to say that?
No, I just think I disagree with you that Kenneth Walker is not better than Zach.
Also,
Charbonnet.
wait. Little fun fact. Did you guys know we had the first touchdown ever of a 3rd and goal to go of over 18 yards in NFL history with a Kenneth Walker draw to ice the game? I think that was to ice the game or take the lead. That was the first touchdown of a 3rd and goal to go of over 18 yards on a running play.
It was to ice the game because they took the lead with Caleb Johnson letting the ball bounce on a kickoff.
Oh, yeah, they were already up by what? How much
touchdown.
at that point?
They were up a touchdown.
They were up by a touchdown.
And so now they were down 2.
Yeah, so that was ice game. But yeah, that
Caleb
was
Johnson,
first time ever. Also, did he touch that ball? I watched the replay.
No,
I still can't tell if he touched it.
He missed
but also, I realized that's a new rule in this one. In the past, even if it went past the goal line, it used to be a touchback.
Yeah, his first season.
Even if it landed in the field of play and it rolled back.
Though. I'm not sure I like
I think
that.
it's stupid. If you touch it, I'm fully fine with it.
Yeah, if you touch it 100%.
Because they want returns. They want returns.
Yeah, but that's like the dumbest way to kind of force it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did they get a return out of that, Hunter, or did because a guy just landed on the ball?
And a touchdown.
But also,
exactly.
I will say, I saw a lot of this. You got to understand the rules, though. Like, if that's a rule change and you're being a kick returner, you either need to be told the rules or understand the rules to do it.
Put that on the special teams coordinator, who probably did not brief him and gets paid a shit ton of money to know that rule.
And also, what's wrong with just playing it safe? Like, if you feel like you even got close to touching it, just hit the ball. Just be safe. Do we have any more games we necessarily want to go through here, or do we cruise through most of that?
I don't think there's really any other. I mean, we could talk a little bit about the Eagles Chiefs, how the Eagles defense is just completely carrying them right now, and Jalen Hurts
that game was
is
disappointing.
not looking great passing. Like,
that game was disappointing. I didn't even enjoy it.
The tush push won us that game. Now I know Noah is like
I'm not gonna argue about
hater of
I don't hate the play. I just like when refs call plays.
I know a lot of people are hating right now because that was basically 90% of the Eagles' offense. Our rushing is amazing still. Saquon Barkley's still him. Our offensive line are still dogs. But something's got to happen. Some sort of different play calling, or I don't know what it is. I'm not loving the passing offense right now. Jalen Hurts finishing under 100 passing yards is not great. Still somehow coming out with the W is, I mean, our defense is just carrying the team right now, and we need to see an uptake in the passing offense. But that's really the only thing I wanted to highlight in that game.
I'm not well versed in this. Who's the OC for the Eagles?
Some new dude.
So it's a new guy, so that's why they're not passing the ball nearly.
Yeah, because our Kellen Moore went to coach the Chiefs or the Saints.
For some reason, I keep forgetting Kellen Moore stopped at the Eagles after he was with the Cowboys for like nearly a decade.
Yeah, he wins a Super Bowl and then goes to coach a new team.
Hey, I mean, you're 2-0. All right, there's only 2 of us in this chat that can celebrate being 2-0 right now.
Yeah,
right?
And one of them is Daniel Jones. Jones.
What's crazy is that Noah can have multiple teams because he cheers for the Steelers too. But
in what world
he's 2-0. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay. I'm a Chargers fan. No, I'm a Chargers fan. Hell yeah, I'm big time Chargers fan.
What have I?
2-0, baby.
Have I ever? 2-0. I said I grew up a Steelers fan. I said I grew up a Steelers fan and am a Colts fan.
You definitely
grew up a Steelers fan and am a Colts
probably
fan.
Still have text saying you cheer for the Steelers, so I don't want to hear it.
I cheer for the Miami Dolphins too. Does that mean I'm their fan? No,
yeah,
I cheer for
actually
them.
It does. If you cheer for a team, you are a fan. Is that correct?
My wife loves Jalen Waddle.
That's embarrassing. So, all right, we continue.
What's wrong with Jalen Waddle? He caught a touchdown.
He went to Alabama, first of all.
All right, before we move into our next segment, I want to run through some quick fantasy real quick, some waiver wire pickups this week. Troy Franklin on the Broncos, great pickup. Cortland Sutton's been doing nothing.
Who did he play for in college? Hunter.
No clue.
Oregon.
Okay.
He caught passes from Bo Nix.
Another guy to pick up is let me see if I can pronounce his last name. AMR, the dude on the Titans.
Io Manor.
He's another Io Manor. That's how you say
Eric
it? Yeah, see.
Alec Io Manor from the University of
should-
Stanford.
I should
Okay,
really go
Hunter.
back to pronunciation class.
I need you to, after we get done with this podcast, I need you to watch his highlight clips against Colorado from 2 years ago. It is the craziest singular game highlights outside of some Tavon Austin clips that I've seen. It's insane.
Okay. All right, I'll go back and watch it. Those are two guys that are really to target this week. But I want to move on. I want to get your guys' opinions on who you think is going to be in the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship.
It's week 2.
No, I'm not doing that. Let's go to the segment. I'm not doing that. No.
Early. I want to hear it.
All right, fine. Chargers, AFC, NFC, Packers. There you go. Done.
That's one team in each. You have to pick 2.
You're saying championship game, not even the
Yeah.
champion? Oh,
Yeah.
This guy's going nuts.
I want to hear your early predictions of the game.
All right, fine. In the NFC, the Falcons and the in the Chargers. No, in the Packers.
Chargers.
No. Falcons in the pack. And then AFC, Chargers and the Ravens.
I'm gonna go Eagles, Packers, Bills, Ravens.
Chargers, Bills.
I'm the exact same as Noah.
Okay.
Eagles, Packers.
I don't think, dude.
The Ravens,
if
Bills.
the Eagles don't figure out the passing game, they ain't making it in the playoffs. That's all I got.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't. Right. If he has a couple more games where he doesn't pass for 100 yards, can we officially hit the panic button?
No.
Yes.
If they're still winning football, this ain't an Arch Manning situation.
To be fair, I just don't think the Chiefs are good this year, and people can get on me for that, but I don't think they're good.
I think the Chiefs still somehow end up winning the division. I mean, that might be an unpopular opinion. They're already down 2 games, but I still think they're going to end up winning the division somehow. They always, since Mahomes got there, they always end up doing it. They're going to get their wide receivers back in week 6, and their schedule lightens up after 2 pretty tough opponents to start the season.
I don't think that they win their division.
Are you gonna say they don't make the playoffs?
No. I don't want to go that far yet.
Okay. I'm not writing this in stone.
I will, however, say the Chargers look like a much better overall team and will win their division. I mean,
I'm taking the Broncos
the
still
right now.
I'm taking the Broncos.
Not taking the Broncos.
No, I'm not taking. Yeah, sorry.
All right, what is this? Actually, we already have enough friendly wagers going on. I have to listen to all the old episodes and get those.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is I'm off to a quick $45 start against Phil right now, with the Colts being 2-0. Titans being 0-2, and then Daniel Jones looking like a stud that he is right now. I'm already $45 positive in my brain right now. All right.
Let's revisit this conversation 9 weeks into the season when he looks terrible.
That's fine with me, but the bet was that he wasn't the worst quarterback with a touchdown to turnover ratio. So
yeah, he still might be.
I don't need phenomenal. I need average. I need average.
He still might be. Too early.
Bryce Young exists.
Yeah, he might come back. Who knows?
Okay, I gotta say something. One of our listeners, Blair, told me today. He's like, Bryce Young threw for like 300 and a couple, or like 3 touchdowns. I was like, dude, he threw for like 190 yards when they were down by 3 scores in the 4th quarter. He is probably the worst as of right now, outside of maybe Spencer Rattler, the worst quarterback in the NFL. He does not take care of the football.
Let's not talk about how much someone throws. We had a quarterback throw for less than 100 last week. So I will just say that.
Okay. I'm not even an Eagles fan. I find that disrespectful. If you don't gotta throw,
leave it there.
What? Okay. All right. So what are we doing next? Are we do we want to look ahead at the next week?
Yeah, let's go into our underdogs.
Okay. No, looking into the matchups or anything. Just go straight into who we think is going to win. Underdogs.
Straight into our underdogs.
All right. What we're gonna do on a weekly basis now, we're going to go into an underdog segment. All right, we're going to pick an underdog, and we are also all going to pick some bet that we like over the weekend. So this is going to be an over-under on a player. Honestly, right now, we're looking at the plays, and there are no stat lines set up for the players yet, so this could be an over-under. We could take blindly a player's over-under without actually seeing the line ahead of time, which is what I am doing. But overall, we will have one underdog and one betting line that we all love for the weekend to come. Who wants to hit this first?
Phil, let's hear yours first. Just
Okay.
make me depressed right away.
All right, so I'm going to give you a 2-for-1 special, okay? A 2-for-1 special. Bring this to the buffet. Cash it. Anyways, first of all, I'm going to pick whoever is playing the Eagles to cover, the Rams to win outright. And then my bet of the week. So I'm picking Rams as my underdog. My bet of the week, and no one wants to hear this, but Jets plus 6.5 against the Buccaneers.
Jets plus 6.5. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
They're actually at plus
gonna
7.
play? Is Fields gonna play?
I don't care if he does.
Fields is in concussion protocol.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it because the Buccaneers, they don't blow teams out.
That's true.
So I
They
think
really
the
don't.
Jets will backdoor cover, and that's it.
I'll cover your back door.
Nice.
All right. I'll step in next. I really wish the line was at plus 3.5 for the Bengals Vikings because I would have taken the Bengals in that to win straight up. That was my first one. We were initially talking about being at plus 3, then we changed it to plus 3.5. So I'm adjusting my pick, and I don't know if people are gonna like this. Noah was actually just talking about how he thinks he's a crap quarterback. Give me the Panthers plus 6. I'm taking them as the underdogs this week. I think that Chuba Hubbard's going to be stepping up. I think Ted McMillan is stepping up a lot as well. I personally am a fan of those two, so I'm taking the Panthers as my underdogs this week. And then my bet of the week is going to be the under in the Rams-Eagles game.
Okay. Good defensive showdown. All right. Hunter, if Bailey ever listens to our podcast, she's going to have to close her ears for this. I'm going to take the Lions plus 4.5, obviously, on the money line here. I loved what I saw out of their offense. If I'm doing a little bit of transitive property this early in the season, the Lions offense is better than the Bills offense. The Lions defense is better than the Bills defense. I'm going to take the Lions in this game straight up. And I'm going to stick with a principle that I had said earlier. Everyone was glazing Kenneth Walker and not glazing Charbonnet. I'm going to take Ramondre Stevenson as he's starting to emerge a little bit. I'm going to take his over in rushing yards this coming week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Whatever that line may be, I'm going to take it.
I don't hate it, but I would love to understand why Zach Charbonnet and Kenny Walker were brought into you saying Ramondre Stevenson's.
No, this is about the Steelers' rush defense. I think it's garbage.
Well, you could have emphasized that more. You emphasized 2 running backs.
Okay.
I thought when you started that, I thought you were going to take Zach Charbonnet's over in rushing yards.
No, dude.
That would. I'll take that too. I don't care what that. No, we're only doing one, but this is more of a principle of, I think, until the Steelers get back Justin Harmon or Derek Harmon, whatever his name is.
His name's definitely not Justin Harmon. So
it's Derek Harmon.
You know, Justin Harmon played basketball for the University of Oregon, and now we have a Derek Harmon who played football for Oregon. So I'm getting them confused. But yeah, Derek Harmon.
Same person, actually, just different name.
Dude, I'm just confused right now. But yeah, I'm gonna take Ramondre Stevenson's over. The only thing that worries me is if Travion ends up getting more touches. But Ramondre actually did really, really good, and he honestly might be looking like a fantasy start if they keep showing him like this in the offense. It was the Dolphins, though.
Okay, a little bit on the Dolphins. Please tell me you guys saw Mike McDaniel's press conference.
Dude's always off coke or something like that.
Dude, it was. Let me see if I can repeat it. In order to win a game, you can't lose a game, and we didn't win a game. I'm pretty sure that is word for word what he said. You need to go back and watch it because just the Mike McDaniel's face, it's hilarious.
I'll go watch it. But yeah, obviously we appreciate all of you listening in. Phil's got to go cook some steaks for his lovely wife. Hunter, I don't know what you're doing the rest of the night. I think we might be gaming a little bit, but we appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode. Obviously, please, if you listen to the podcast, we have 37 people following us on Spotify. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube. We got 150 right now followers on Instagram. We got to get that number up, but all you guys, come follow us. Spotify, Instagram. Not even, we don't care about Facebook really, but YouTube and TikTok. You guys got anything to leave us on?
Yeah, honestly, I just appreciate you all listening. We'd love to hear from you guys, see if there's any content that you want to see. And I'm out. I'm glad football's back, and that's all I got.
Peace.
Peace.